nah. Hey,
What
don't
up?
be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at.
She's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right.
That's correct, Your Honor, but we just don't know whether that was actually factually accurate or just some officer's hunch.
You're not gonna believe this. Lil Nas X has officially hit rock bottom, and the story is crazier than anything you've ever heard. Imagine this, one of the biggest pop stars on the planet, the same guy who once broke Billboard records with Old Town Road, now sitting in a jail cell facing felony charges that could put him behind bars for years. Yeah, you heard me right, this isn't just some publicity stunt, this is real life, and it might be just the end of his career as we know it. So here's what went down. Over the weekend, reports started flooding in that Lil Nas X was spotted in Los Angeles at an ungodly hour, shirtless, stumbling, and later walking the streets in nothing but his underwear. At first, people thought it was just another of his over-the-top publicity antics, but when the police got involved, things spiraled completely out of control. According to official statements, Nas allegedly got into a physical altercation with multiple officers before being restrained and rushed to the hospital. From there, it only got worse because instead of walking out free, he was booked and charged with serious felonies. And the shocking part, this isn't just a slap on the wrist. We're talking multiple counts of battery on law enforcement, resisting arrest, and bail set at a jaw-dropping $75,000. For the first time since his meteoric rise to fame, Lil Nas X isn't trending for music or bold performances. He's trending because he might be going to prison. Now, when he made his first court appearance, fans expected him to see him looking broken down and defeated. But the footage shows something totally different. Nas walked in calm, almost detached, as his lawyers argued that drugs weren't even involved. No confirmed overdose, no substance abuse excuse. Which raises the question, if it wasn't drugs, then what exactly caused one of the most famous pop stars alive to spiral into this bizarre, self-destructive episode? His legal team is already leaning into the mental health angle. They're suggesting this was some kind of breakdown, a manic episode under the crushing weight of fame, and honestly, that explanation makes sense to a lot of people. Fame at his level is a pressure cooker. One mistake gets magnified 1,000 times over, and for someone like Lil Nas X, who already lives under constant scrutiny for his sexuality, his controversial imagery, and his bold statement, maybe the pressure finally cracked him. But let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just a bad headline. If convicted, Lil Nas X could be facing years in prison, and even if he dodges jail time, the damage to his public image might already be irreversible. His label has to be panicking right now. Thinking about it, his popularity has already been slipping in recent years, his music struggling to dominate the charts the way it once did, and now he's making headlines for naked street brawls and felony charges. That's the kind of nightmare scenario that makes record labels cut ties overnight. What's even wilder is the way public is reacting. On one side, you've got people calling this pure karma. They're saying this is what happens when you mock religion, when you build a career out of shock value, when you play with fire. On the other side, though, you've got fans arguing that he's being unfairly targeted, that this is just a young man having a mental health crisis, and the system is punishing him instead of helping him. And honestly, that debate is only going to get louder as this case drags on. His father has already spoken out, saying his son is remorseful and determined to get help. That's the hopeful side of this theory, that maybe, just maybe, this is the turning point where Lil Nas X gets his life back on track. But let's be real, the road ahead isn't going to be very easy. Even if the courts go easy on him, the code of public opinion is far less forgiving. So what happens now? Well, Lil Nas X is out on a bail, but he's under strict conditions, mandatory check-ins, treatment programs, and a long legal battle that could drag on for months, if not years. And every single move he makes from here on will be watched, dissected, and judged by millions. At this point, the big question isn't just whether he'll beat the charges, it's whether his career can survive this storm. Because for a guy who built his brand on breaking boundaries and shocking the world, this this might be one boundary too far. And honestly, watching a superstar fall apart in real time is both tragic and fascinating, because just a few years ago, Lil Nas X was untouchable. Now he's hanging on by a thread. Watch this video next, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.
Good game.